Okay, let's just finish this off. Yeah, it's not a single frame, otherwise that would be 1/24th of a second. So you need to talk about this technically a little bit more accurately. What do the audience actually see here? Let's have a look at it. Not Syrian airstrikes. Where's it gone? So there. Okay, so there's a rhythm to these shots here. And it's almost as if the idea of his son, it's his sort of dreamed of son, isn't it? The son that he anticipates having, that he plans to have. And I think what Boyle does here is that he mixes it in. He includes it into this montage of shots. It has about the same time in the montage of shots, and what he's trying to do is put the audience inside Ralston's head at this point, as if to say this is what he is thinking of, and also what it gives an idea of what his motivation is, what his strongest motivation is for going through this very last, as you've said here, determined to get through this. He's like, I would use the word motivation. I don't think it's that blurred, and I don't think you mean era here. Era is a time period. Yes, the music. There's a kind of acoustic guitar music at the beginning, and now it's become electronic, and the volume definitely moves to a crescendo before he actually cuts his arm off. Let's just, if I can bear to go back to it, let's just hear what happens with the sound there. Okay, and the crescendo immediately afterwards, the non-diegetic sound disappears if you hear it at the end. And that's a very common sort of trope in films, that the suspense is built up by the music, and the moment the tension is over, because he's cut his arm off, the non-diegetic music stops, and then the audience has sort of returned to the reality of the situation now that he's got through the challenge. Okay, so overall, you've got a few more words to get in there. I think you need to use the chronology of the film. So I think you should be saying, this is followed by, in the next shot we see Boyle now cuts to, the next shot shows. Okay, I just think the general commentary that you've got in places like this, the extreme close-up. When is this close-up? Okay, give us the sequence here. It's a tight enough sequence. Also, I would say that, obviously the framing of each of these shots, it's very claustrophobic. This particular sequence, we don't get any longer shots at all. It's the furthest away we get is a medium shot, and that's very deliberate. Danny Boyle is focusing us in on the desperate claustrophobic situation that this character finds himself in. I would say that this is, if I show you the mark scheme, this is around about a high D at the moment. Here's the mark scheme. That's what level 4 looks like. That is the top level. you should be aiming for. I think it just needs a bit of restructuring, and this is why here we are down in the D's. This is sort of A's, B's, coming down to the C's and D's. And what I'm really looking for is the structure. You've got some appropriate language. We could have more of it. But structure is really important to get you up into the C's and beyond. And I think that's the chronology that is going to help you there. The last thing I would say is I've put a link to something on the email that I'm sent you, which is this piece on faces. And I would have a read through this and see if there is some theory that you could put into your piece. So, for example, here, close-ups of the human face capture the very instant in which the general is transformed into the particular. Danny Boyle knows this. What he's doing is he's trying to make us feel what it would feel to be there. And I was just talking to Miss about the film, and she said she'd seen it. And she said, "Yeah, she said you come out of it feeling quite elevated about life. Like, yeah, I would do that. Okay, if I had to, I could do that." And what is extraordinary about this sequence is that he manages to make people feel what should be almost unfeelable. The situation is so bizarre and unusual, and the filmmaker is trying to make it into something that is more general to help the audience to understand this extraordinary situation. So you might look at kind of your ending, your conclusion, sort of heading for something like that. Okay, because this conclusion doesn't really do it for me. Okay, good luck with that. I look forward to seeing the redraft. You've got 2 weeks, 16th of December. But well done. I enjoyed reading it. It's a nice piece of work.